Hi everyone, I'm here to talk about some of my fall favorites and how ways you can enjoy fall and not have to necessarily spend a whole lot of money. Um, a few of my favorite things that I like to do in fall, or as you see behind me, is sit by a cozy fireplace, whether it be outside having a bonfire or whether it be in the house by my fireplace, like I am now, or having a tabletop fire. Um, those are always good too. Another thing is to, I guess I'll stay on the home stuff right now. Decorate your space. Now you don't have to necessarily go out and buy anything or go to Home Goods or anything like that. Um, One of the best ways you can do it is use stuff you already have or bring in things from nature like pine cones and leaves and um, just fall florals if you can. Um, Another thing you can do is to have seasonal dishes. Now, and I know everybody feels differently about this. Some people like it, some people don't. I like it. Like right now, and I'm drinking out of one of my favorite full cups that I got from Home Goods. And some people, I know they have those pumpkin Dutch ovens. Um, I can personally take them or leave them. I think they're beautiful though, the way they're made. But um, I know not everybody's into seasonal decor and seasonal, especially seasonal dishes and things of that nature. Um, Another way you can enjoy and romanticize fall is to um, change up your wardrobe a little bit. Like, I know it's coming out of the season where we wear a lot of light and airy colors and fabrics. Now, um, it's time for sweaters, and now, not necessarily now, because depending on where you live, it still might be pretty hot. Like here, we're still getting 80-degree days here in Delaware. So, depending on where you live, that might not necessarily be time for that yet. For us, it will be given another month or two, but for right now, we're still up in the 80s. But yeah, another thing you can do for fall is to switch around your wardrobe, switch out your warm weather clothes for your cool weather clothes, and also start wearing some cozy colors like deep chestnut browns and um, burgundies and plums and mustard yellows and deep burnt oranges, like this leaf here, for example. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing. This one right here, this kind of orangey color and this kind of red. Like, I love those type of colors for the fall. Um, Another way you can romanticize fall, moving on to a different section, is you can go for walks and around, even just around your neighborhood or your local park, and see all the foliage as it's changing colors. Um, Enjoying the different hues each tree has to offer, because when you really think about it, like, as much as there are autumn colors, every tree doesn't display every single, not necessarily every single tree color of the autumn rainbow on it. um, a lot of trees have maybe a whole bunch of reds and oranges, while another tree will have that deep burgundies and plums and eggplant that we like, and other trees may have more champagne or yellowy looking leaves. So, like, that's one fun thing to pay attention to. Um, Another thing is, sorry, I keep going out of frame. There we go. Let me take a sip of my tea. Currently, I am drinking a tea. It's called Love Potion, and I forget who the tea company is, but I'll link them down below. I got it from Euphoric Apothecary in Milford, Delaware. So check that out if you get a chance. Um, let's see, where was I going? Oh yeah. Another thing you can do aside from nature walks, or like I said before, like bonfires. This is one of the best time of year for it. It's not too hot, not so cold. You don't want to be outside either. So, lighting one up, depending on your fire regulations in your area. Um, but a good bonfire is good. The smell of wood, I just love the smell of wood. Any time of year, but specifically when it's cold and it has the crisp air, I love the smell of wood. Um, Another thing you can do is carve pumpkins, which I am not ready to do yet. I usually do mine a little bit further in October, but that is one of the things that I tend to do. Another thing is apple picking. Um, I tend to sometimes go twice apple picking, which I enjoy doing. And I make so many things out of the apples I pick, from applesauce to apple cider to apple pies, apple turnovers, you name it. So, um, apple picking is always a plus. Another thing I like to do during fall is I like to paint. And I like to use a lot of those rich colors that inspire me, from the leaves and the sky as it turns purple, and the and sometimes not even just the purple sky, but the gray moody sky, and the brightly colored orange and reds and so forth against the gray moody sky. I love that. That's one of my favorite things to look at in autumn. So I try to incorporate some of those into my paintings as well. So I think painting this time of year is a good um, time of year to paint. Two of my favorite times to paint during a year are spring and fall, because I feel like they have some of the best colors. Fall with all of its rich colors and tones, and spring with all of its bright, vibrant flowers. I feel like they look good in both watercolor and acrylic, or what's that one? Oil paint. I feel like oil paint definitely looks good with fall. But yeah, painting, as well as um, sometimes I like to draw. I especially love drawing the windy roads as you go down them through the woods, through the all the foliage and pretty leaves you get to look at along the way. That's one of my favorite things to draw. But drawing in autumn is good as well. That goes along. I guess that can go along hand in hand with painting. Um, Another thing is, I think, is a good cozy hobby to do, is knit. This is kind of like sweater weather, like I said earlier. So it's the perfect time to knit your heavier items, where, like, in summer, you're knitting smaller, potentially less bulky and less chunky yarn. Where now you get to knit with all um, your big chunky yarns, your rich colors and tones, your what is it I'm trying to say? Your bigger projects that may have been, you may not want to mess with during the summer or the warmer months. Like, now you can start knitting your afghans and your blankets and your cardigans and your big oversized sweaters and so forth and so on. So I feel like knitting is a good one. Drinking tea is the season for a lot of warm drinks and a lot of cocos and apple ciders um and teas, if I didn't already say teas. And if you're a cocktail person, your warm cocktails, your mulled wines, teas the season. Um, what else? Some of my favorite things in fall, I guess I'll move on to that. Some of my favorite things are um rewatching movies from childhood. Kind of going down that nostalgia route, like watching things like It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown is one of my favorite things to watch on TV any time of year, but for something about the holidays in particular, I love Charlie Brown. I have my Charlie Brown blanket right here. Um, so yeah, Charlie Brown. I look forward to it when I can't pull my DVDs out to find a channel and find a Charlie Brown episode on there. Um, Also, another favorite is Hocus Pocus. Um, so far I love all the Hocus Pocuses. The first, second, and I think there's a third one. I'm not sure. I want to see that one if it is. Um, what else? Halloween Town, Casper the Friendly Ghost. Um, all the Caspers. Like I love Casper. That was my thing. That takes me as soon as I seen Casper on the TV, like when I was a kid, I knew what time of year it was. Um, so all the Caspers, all the Halloween towns. Um, what else? I love the Worst Witch. I can watch that any time of year, but it's like I feel like it's more fitting when it's around the Halloween season. Um, let's see, that's all I can think of for right now, but I'm pretty sure there's more. I might put them in the description box for you guys. Um, another let's see, another thing I like for fall. Another thing I like doing for fall is soup making and baking. I love being in the kitchen this time of year. And this is the time of year I'm not really afraid to turn on my oven that feel and be afraid it's gonna overheat my whole house. So yeah, I don't mind turning on my oven. If anything, it makes the house feel good and smell good since now it's getting colder. Um, so yeah, I like um baking and soup making, especially one of my favorite soups to make this time of year is butternut squash. Um, Got to get on that soon. Another one of my favorite soups are tomato, and of course the classic chicken. And I can take chicken soup with noodles or with rice. Doesn't matter to me. I just love the chicken soup. Um, Another thing I think is perfect for this time of year are books and audiobooks. Um, I don't always pick up a book, and right now, and I'm currently um, in the middle of some audiobooks, so I'll talk about them. But however, I think books are great for this time of year. It kind of invokes that cozy feeling. You grab a blanket, grab a nice cup of tea or coffee or whatever, and you sit and enjoy a good book somewhere in your cozy nook or on your bed or in the library or your favorite chair, whatever. Like just a book in general. I also think it's cool when you kind of roam through the bookstores and are able to find some new reads there, especially books geared towards um, this time of year with Halloween being around the corner and um, of course fall being for the next 2 or 3 months. Um, so yeah, I like books. One Getting back to audiobooks though, something I two books that I am on are The Witchery, book one. Um, so far, I'm loving that. The narration on that is great. That's on Audible, and another one that's on Audible that I like, or is rather, is the Autumn Grimoire. Me and my friend are reading that one for a cute little our little book club we have going on. So um, we're trying to stay up on that together. So far, so good. It's still in the beginning. It's still kind of setting the stage for everything that's happening. Um, I'm not really going to say too much about it. Basically, it's about an autumn witch, um, and her sisters. Um, but that's as far as I'm going to go with it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. That's a good read. You're going to have to pick it up yourself and find out what's it's about, and if it's your cup of tea. Um, let's see. I think that's all the books I have right now that I got going. Lastly, something I like to do in autumn that's that's changed my nail polish color, and I feel like also it can be expensive as you want to. Either you can get your nails done, or either you can do them yourself. And doing them yourself is a fun option. But um, currently, I have mine done. I work in a nail salon, so I had one of my coworkers do them for me. But yeah, getting your nails done for autumn and pulling out all of your uh, autumn colors and all the rich hues you can use for this time of year. Kind of switching it up like your wardrobe, changing out some of the colors. So that can be a fun thing as well. And I think that pretty much wraps up a lot of the things that I like to do for fall, and the things that I feel are more on the less expensive side. Um, I know all of them aren't, like, especially like when you start going out to orchards and stuff, you're spending money, but overall I feel like it's not as much money as you could potentially be spending on, let's say, a whole bunch of decor or what have you. Um, there's just some ideas. I'm pretty sure there's plenty more. Leave your ideas in the comments below of things you guys like to do for fall and autumn, and how you like to celebrate the season. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Stay safe, stay blessed. Another thing I forgot to add is something I enjoy for fall, um, are candles. And the funny part is I make the candles most of the time, but candles, the ambiance, the smell. I love candles. Even if I didn't make candles, I love candles. So, yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and add